Hello everyone. Today we will be discussing the poem Our CASUARINA Tree written by Thorudat. This poem comes under the course Reading India in semester 3 for MA English students. Childhood memories are always special for each and every one of us, right? We always remember those beautiful moments where we spent our quality time with our cousins, our friends, those visits to ancestral home. Think how we were close to the nature. So this is one such poem. Our poet wrote this poem in 1882. It comes under the poetry collection Ancient Ballads and Legends of Hindustan. Thorudat was born in Bengal and was raised in different parts of the world. She went to France, Italy, and Germany. But the Casuarina tree in her native land reminds her about the quality time she spent there with her siblings, Abru and Aju. So Aru and Abju were major part of Thorudat's childhood days. She lost them at a very young age because of tuberculosis. Thorudat also died at the age of 21 because of tuberculosis. Though her lifetime was very short, her contributions to literature is undescribable. With vivid imageries and visual descriptions, she gives a clear-cut idea about the Casuarina tree in her native land and also the quality time that she had spent around the Casuarina tree. So without any further ado, let's move on to the poem. Like a huge python winding round and round, the rugged trunk indented deep with scars, up to its very summit near the stars, a creeper climbs in whose embraces bound no other trees could live. But gallantly the giant wears the scarf, and flowers are hung in crimson clusters, all the boughs among, wherein all day are gathered bird and bee. And oft at nights the garden overflows with one sweet song that seems to have no close, sung darkling from a tree while men repose. So basically, this poem consists of 5 stanzas, and in the first stanza, we see a visual description of the Kashwarina tree with strong, vivid imageries and emotional language. Our poet Thorudat expresses the majesty, or rather, she describes the charm of Kashwarina tree. So a creeper is climbing on this Casuarina tree like a huge python, it winding round and round the rugged trunk. No other tree could survive this, but our Kishwarina tree wears this scars or this python just like a scarf. Also, the majesty of this particular tree is seen when the poet says that it is a shelter for a number of birds and bees. Crimson clusters, the red color, the crimson colored flowers can be seen in different branches of the tree. And sweet song can be heard from the tree sometimes. So, right from its inception or from the first stanza itself, we come to know that the author or Thorudat is giving giving some vivid imageries about the Kashwarina tree. She is trying to celebrate the majesty of Kashwarina tree. When first my casement is wide open thrown at dawn, my eyes delighted on its rest. One day, when she wide opened her window, her eyes got delighted to see this beautiful Kashwarina tree. Sometimes, and most in winter, on its crest, a grey baboon sits statue-like alone, watching the sunrise, while on lower boughs, the puny offspring leap about and play. So sometimes, often in winter, she used to see a grey baboon sitting statue-like on the tree. And the lower branches, the baby monkeys are playing. And far and near cocklers hailed the day. And to their pastures went our sleepy cows. And in the shadow of the broad tankas, which is the nearby pond or the river, the shadow of this casuarina tree is being spread across this pond. And by that whole tree, so beautiful and vast, the water lilies spring like snow and mast. The blooming of water lilies is being compared to the snow amassed. So, in the first two stanzas, we can see that Turudat is giving an elaborated description about how giant the Kashwarina tree is, how it becomes a shelter for different flora and fauna. So in this third stanza only, we come to know that how Kashwarina tree is close to our author's soul. She says that, but not because of its magnificence. Dear is the Kashwarina to my soul. Beneath it we have played through years may roll. O sweet companions, loved with love intense. It's not because of the magnificence or the majesty of this tree that it becomes so close to our author. It's because of the time she and her loved ones, the loved ones mentioned here is the siblings of our author, Abju and Aru. So they are no more now. Torudat lost her siblings at a very young age, and she also died at the age of 21. Her siblings also lost just because of tuberculosis. And she says that Kashmirina tree is so close to her soul, not just because of its magnificence or the majesty, because it reminds her of the quality time she spent with her siblings in and around the that land. For your sake shall the tree be ever dear. For the sake of her siblings or the dear ones, that tree is so close to the author. Blend with your images, it shall arise in memory with the hot tears blind mine eyes. So the Kashwarina tree, the image of Kashwarina tree is being blended with the memories of her childhood days where he spent with her siblings. What is that dirge like murmur that I hear? Like the sea breaking on the shingle beat. So she hears a murmur, a dirge like murmur, just like the sea dashing on the pebbled beach. It is the tree's lament. So she's giving that emotion to the Kashwarina tree. It is the tree's lament and airy speech that haply to the unknown land may reach. Unknown yet well known to the eye of faith. I have heard that wail far, far away in distant lands by many a sheltered day when slumbered in his cave the water wraith. So she's mentioning about the water spirit, and the waves gently kiss the classic shore of France or Italy beneath the moon. So this is also a personal reference because Toru that spent her childhood not just in Kerala. She was born in Bengal in 1856, but she spent her childhood and most of her days in Italy, France, and Germany. Of France or Italy beneath the moon. So wherever she goes, when she think about the Kashwarina tree, it makes her eyes wet because of the memories of her siblings. When earth lay tranced in a dreamless swoon, and every time the music rose, before mine inner vision rose a form sublime. Thy form, O tree, as in my happy prime, I saw thee in my own loved native clime. So in the last stanza, she is trying to say that why she brought this poem. Therefore, I fain would consecrate a lay unto thy honor, tree beloved for those who now in blessed sleep of Avristos. The now in blessed sleep, this is a reference to her siblings Abju and Aru. They are now in blessed sleep, dearer than life to me. So those siblings, Abju and Aru, were dearer than life to our poet. Alas, were they. Mayst thou be numbered when my days are done. So here is a reference to her personal experience because she was suffering from tuberculosis and she is saying that she is anticipating her own death. My days are also numbered. With deathless trees like this, those in Borodale, under whose awful branches lingered pale fear, trembling hope, and death, the skeleton, and time the shadow, and the weak the verse that would thy beauty feign, or feign rehearse, may love defend thee from oblivion's curse. So she says that she is going to write a poem in honor of the Keshwarina tree. She is so humble enough to say that though weak the verse, she says that a verse is weak, but what she wants to do is the we have a reference to the Borodale. Fear, trembling, hope, and death, the skeleton. These lines are from William Wordsworth's poem Yew Trees. So, just like how William Wordsworth immortalized the yew trees in the Borodale, she also wants to immortalize the Keshwarina tree. That would thy beauty faint, O faint rivers, my love defend thee from the oblivion's curse. So she believes that even though her verse is weak, her love for Kashwarina tree will act as a shield from people's forgetfulness or from the oblivion's curse. Her love for Kashwarina tree will protect the tree from everything. So it is all about the poem. As we've seen in the first two stanzas, the author is giving an elaborated description or a visual description about the tree. One of the predominant theme we see here is nostalgia, which is evident throughout the poem. The poet is trying to remember her innocent childhood, the days she spent with her siblings around the Kashwarina tree. So these are the major themes discussed in this poem. There is family, love, memory is a predominant theme. Nature is something that we see throughout this poem, and the loss of her siblings. So that's it. I want everybody to just go through this poem and read it once again, because when you read the poem only, you will get the exact essence of that particular poem. Hope you've enjoyed the class. Thank you.